Hey guys, I clearly have a book buying problem right now. Yeah. So, I already, did a July book haul. It was pretty small. This one's, triple its size. I really need to read them. I need to stop buying books until I read them. So, anyways, these are all the random books that I got. So I got random pre-orders from Amazon. I got some books from a giveaway from Shae from Shaekgeeksout. I got some used manga from the McKay's used bookstore, and then when I went to Barnes & Noble's with my cousins over that weekend, I found some random volumes of manga, Lindsay, books that I read that sounded interesting, so I snagged them. So let's just do this. Okay. So first off, McKay's used books. So these are the ones that I ended up getting from there. They all sounded interesting to me. So there's that. First off, there's one called The Prince of Mist. This one is it's ghostly, which is why it's all Lindsay. It's wartime and the Carver family decides to leave the capital city where they live and move to a small coastal village. From the minute they cross the threshold of their new home, strange things begin to happen. In this mysterious home lurks the spirit of a young boy who died by drowning. Max and Alicia Carver begin to explore the strange circumstances of that death and discover the existence of a mysterious being called the Prince of Mist, a diabolic character who has returned from the shadows to collect on a debt from the past. With the help of their new friend Roland, the Carvers soon get caught up in an adventure of sunken ships and enchanted statues, an adventure that will change their life forever. I think this is maybe middle grade. I don't know if it's young adult or middle grade. They claim it's kid, although I got it for a better price than they did originally. So there's that. It sounded interesting. The next one I got was The Bone Witch. Let me be clear, I never intended to raise my brother from the grave. So there's that. So this one sounds really cool. And it was only $1.25. The next one I got, which was $3.75, was Fearless. I think this is a gay book? John Charming is called in to protect Kevin after local sheriff Ted realizes the recent attacks are the beginning of a magical war, with Kevin at its center. But the more John and his team follow the threat of violence, the deeper they find themselves in a maze of supernatural threats, family secrets, and age-old betrayal. So, maybe? Urban fantasy... I don't know. Sounded interesting, so I bought it. The next one I got is, you can't even read the cover, The Clockwork Dagger, which is, all I saw was just what I needed, a steampunk adventure with an uncommon heroine, a fascinating magic system, and a young gremlin. I'm hooked and can't wait for more. I agree, random best-selling author. That's why I bought it too. Steampunk. So I bought that because that sounded epically interesting. And then I saw this one, and A Court of Thorns and Roses. This is quintessential young adult. I don't really know much about it, except obviously this is the end-all be-all of what everyone knows about. So I guess my question is for people who have read these, is this the first one? Do I read this one? Or are there other ones that I have to read before it? Let me know, because I just figured for $1.25 I might as well start this, because I know this is everyone loves it. So there's that. And then last but not least, I got Ghosts in the Snow, which is another paranormal one. This unique debut thriller combines forensics, fantasy, and edge of your seat suspense like never before. In a world where sorcery is illegal, someone is murdering young women in ways that defy all reason and all detention. Only one man knows how to track such an untrackable killer, a man called to deliver justice by an onslaught of ghosts in the snow. So, it sounded interesting to me, so yes. Okay. So next off, these are the books that I ended up getting from Barnes & Noble, and I think one I got from Target when I was out with my cousins. So this one is A Skinful of Shadows. It just sounded interesting. Sometimes when a person dies, their spirit goes looking for somewhere to hide. Some people have space within them perfect for hiding. A young Makepeace has learned to defend herself from the ghosts that try to possess her in night, desperate for refuge, but one day a dreadful event causes her to drop her guard, and now there's a spirit inside of her. Paranormal. Yes, Lindsay, yes. So we got that one. The next one is The Iron King, which is, I think it's Faye? Megan Chase has a secret destiny, one she could never have imagined. Something has always felt slightly off in Megan's life ever since her father disappeared before her eyes when she was 6. She never quite fit into school or at home. When a dark stranger begins watching her from afar and her prankster best friend becomes strangely protective of her, Megan senses that everything she's known is about to change. But she could have never guessed the truth, that she is the daughter of a mythical fairy king and is a pawn in the deadly war. So yes, it sounded interesting, so I had to snag that one too. So many books. And then I got Everless. Time is a prison, she is the key. So it sounded really neat. So there's that one. And then last but not least from that weekend, I ended up getting this one from Target, which is Good Omen. I am planning on buddy reading this with Shae from Shaekgeeksout because this is also on her TBR. So that's why I snagged that. Speaking of Shae, I will quickly show off the books that she got me from the giveaway. So she had a giveaway. She had one that was the manga giveaway and one that was the romance giveaway. And since I basically owned most of the manga that she actually already had in that giveaway, I ended up asked for the romance one, and I ended up winning. So, bookish type things, cute adorableness, and then cute adorableness, and the books. So we've got Summer on Moonlight Bay, and then Springtime at Hope Cottage, Barefoot Beach, and Justified. So, romance for Lindsay. And then the next ones that I got were ones that I ordered off of Amazon. Yep. This one, Lock Every Door, is a thriller that Books and Lala really liked, and it sounded really interesting, so I ended up grabbing that based on her recommendation. This was also one of her recommendations, The Turn of the Key. This just released a couple days ago, so I ended up pre-ordering that one off of Amazon. And then I ended up finding these two when I was out with my cousins, and I ended up finding them, like, frankly, most of those books that I got at the bookstore probably would have been cheaper on Amazon. I just didn't think to look until, like, at the end of the the trip. So these two I ended up finding in the bookstores. They sounded good, but then I looked them up on Amazon and they were cheaper, so I just snagged them off of Amazon. This one is Contagion. This is a sci-fi one. After receiving an urgent SOS from a work detail on a distant planet, a skeleton crew is dispatched to perform a standard search and rescue mission. Most are dead, but when the crew arrives, they find an abandoned site littered with rotted food, discarded weapons, and dead bodies. As they try to piece together who or what could have decimated an entire operation, they realize that some things are best left buried, and some monsters are only too ready to awaken. So that sounded really awesome. And then the other one that I got was Come Find Me, which is another thriller type situation. After surviving an infamous family tragedy, 16-year-old Kennedy Jones has made it her mission to keep her brother search through the cosmos alive. But then something disturbs the frequency on his radio telescope, a pattern registering where no signal should transmit. In a neighboring county, 17-year-old Noland is determined to find out what really happened to his brother, who disappeared the day after Nolan had an eerie premonition predicting it. They hadn't been a single lead for 2 years, until Nolan picks up an odd signal, a pattern coming from his brother's bedroom. Drawn together by these strange signals and their family tragedies, Kennedy and Nolan search for the origin of the mysterious frequency. But the more they uncover, the more they believe that everything's connected, even their past, as it appears the signal is meant for them alone, share a message that only they can understand. Is it something coming for them, or is the signal warning them about something that's already there? I'm really into thrillers right now, and oh my gosh, this deck. So, yeah, those are the books I bought. I might have a problem. So, I think I need to, like, slow down. Slow down, Lindsay, slow down. Yeah, slow down. So, I think, besides the books that I get, obviously, in my book boxes, and the books that I will ultimately end up buying for the Tell It Again book club, I'm going to try and slow down on buying more books until I read what I have. Yeah, it's a problem. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this book haul for August. There probably will be more books in August, but I'll just end up filming that in September probably, because I can't imagine there's going to be this many. I don't think I really have that many, like, ordered or anything, so there's that. But anyways, oh my gosh, so many books. I just keep looking this stack and I'm like, where are you putting them, Lindsay? Where are you putting them? So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys later for the next one. Everyone have a very good rest of the day. Bye!